I wanted to see it. I was like, man, should I move him in with me? Should I move him not? Well, I never did. Not that I would have made things better, but that's something I always regret too, because like I always ask myself, what would if I moved? Like, what would have happened if I didn't? What would have happened if I would have asked him to move and he moved? Like, would any of this stuff ever happen? I don't know, and that's something I always ask myself. And for a while, I did beat myself up. Sometimes I felt it was like partly my fault because I didn't protect my little brother. But so these things were happening, and I was still making my mistakes, and at this point in time, I actually was like caught up in some stuff that I started thinking about me personally. Um, maybe having to ask for some help at this point. So I was, and not to mention, like, I was trying to graduate college. I've been there forever. I played around. I wasted a lot of money. So this is like my last little bitty, like I was graduating on December of 2026. That was that's when I graduated. So I was like trying to get all this stuff situated, but still making bad decisions. And like, so it was just one of those things. And so I was kind of like, I guess in a way being selfish, worrying about myself, but there was reason to worry. And it was hard calling back home all the time and hearing bad stuff about my brother and like what he did. And it sucked because I felt like I should have been there to help him. So now this next part is really where it gets like crazy. So July 26, 2006, summertime. Like I said, I'm graduating December. So literally I got the rest of the summer, start the fall semester in August, graduate December, and I'm done. And because I've been there for like, this point, like 7.5 years, just trying to get away. So I'm trying to do that. Well, July 26, 2006, like that's when like things changed forever. For my family, me, everything. My parents were already split up, which, that's been going on for a couple of years. So like, there's so much more to it, but I'd be here for 2 days talking. But the main part I want to get to, and I'm kind of prolonging because like, I'm just trying to get myself together. But that day, before the phone call that I got from my mom, the only thing I remember is I was already going through it with myself. I was already making bad decisions that day. I was already doing things I shouldn't have been doing. And I just spent the last bit of money I had because I knew I got I was probably getting some money coming up soon or something. I had probably something, but all the money I had was spent on stuff I shouldn't have been spending on, making bad choices already at that point. And I remember sitting in my apartment, spending my last money on stuff and doing what I normally would do, be playing video games, like whatever. And I remember getting a phone call from my mom. Actually, right before I went and did the phone call, I went and did some stuff I shouldn't have been doing right before the phone call happened. And I remember getting the phone call and my mom was just yelling, like, he's not breathing or something like that. I just remember yelling and she's like telling me that something happened to my brother. The ambulance was in the back, or the EMS was in the background. I could hear them, like, doing whatever they're doing. My mom's panicking, screaming, and like, I knew this was something bad. Like, she just kept saying, he's not breathing, he's not breathing.